If you've been tracking films and upcoming movies over the past couple of years, you'll know that the new Disney Snow White movie was under fire from many critics even before it was released. And now that it's been released, well, let's just say the results weren't all that unpredictable. This movie was doomed from the beginning. Let's peel back the layers on what really happened. Is Snow White really a bad movie? Why did it seemingly fail even before it was released to the public? The answer is pretty simple and falls squarely upon two things: how movies are made and the attitude of the leading actress involved. Now, let me get one thing out of the way. I'm not saying to belittle, harass, or antagonize Rachel Zegler, who played Snow White. Everyone is seemingly doing that, and that's not what this channel is all about. I'm pointing out the immature futility baked into what she represents. Woke Disney. It doesn't work. To explain this, let's look at a bit of film history. In the old pre-internet days, the success of a movie was a big gamble. Nobody really knew for certain what was going to be a big hit. Take Pirates of the Caribbean or The Matrix, for example. Both movies, in my opinion, looked incredibly cheesy from their trailers on TV, but turned into smashing successes with multiple sequels. A movie's success depended largely upon how it was received after release. That's no longer the case. Once the internet went mainstream, things shifted dramatically. Now people could see pre-production reels, behind-the-scenes shots and footage, post-production mini-documentaries, news updates on the progress made step by step while filming, and cast interviews, and a lot of other things. All kinds of details are now in front of potentially millions of eyeballs long before the movie even hits the theater. Not only that, but popular reviewers on the internet can influence opinion drastically when assessing all of the previous. Today's biggest critics can determine to a large degree how successful a popular movie is before people even see it. This is a vastly different dynamic than the one-and-done movie release days when you'd have to rely on seeing the movie yourself or a smaller band of critics to get a sense of what the movie is about. Moreover, nowadays, a big part of how successful a movie is depends largely on how well-liked the main actors are in real life. I went over this exact thing in one of my other videos discussing Steven Seagal and Keanu Reeves and their drastically different attitudes towards filmmaking and their respective audiences, and why one of them is super successful and the other a collection of memes living obscurely in Russia somewhere. Check it out. The bottom line is, when the actor or actress in a film has a bad attitude off camera, especially towards people who would otherwise like the movie and see it,
Vote for Kamala Harris.
They're going to face backlash and animosity. Even if the movie might have charm or goodness in it, it's going to suffer and flop. The audience will see the movie through the filter of unpleasant behavior of its main character. Such is the case with Rachel Zegler.
Come on.
Many other content creators have already gone over her miscalculated attitude, but the general objection is the sanctimonious and divisive tone she took with people who, number one, were politically different from her, and number two, don't go to movies to be lectured on social issues. They go to be entertained. And these are the two main points Hollywood has yet to firmly grasp. People don't want cast members lecturing them about politics. They don't want directors or producers grandstanding about social issues. They don't want forced, contrived allegories of this person good, that person bad. Caricatured stories or characters based on real-life people. People go to the movies to forget politics, social issues, and the other supposed ills of the world. People just want to be entertained. Leave the social messaging and politics alone. So is Snow White actually a bad movie? I have no idea. I haven't watched it, and I likely won't. But I do know the holier-than-thou attitude accompanying the entire fiasco for the past 2 years helped shape public opinion, and drive yet another nail into the decrepit coffin of woketopia. So, dear Hollywood, Disney in this case, if there is an ounce of humility in your entertainment blood, it may be a good time to reevaluate your strategy for reaching varied audiences. You won't win over people who can relate to your movie by hiring someone with extremely poor PR skills. Someone who demonizes those with whom she disagrees, doesn't seem to appreciate the weightiness of a beloved property, and thinks that by lecturing others on what they should be thinking, she will make the movie a success. The results speak for themselves. It may be high time for big studios to do an about-face, gain some self-awareness, and realize the audience wants actors, not activists.
I don't need your business. Thanks.